final coaches show of 2021. John Kelly Jr. here, joined by Chris Neely. Let's get right to it. You're finally back after a year off of a pandemic. Going into this season, what was it like recruiting, keeping a team together, and then obviously seeing it, come to fruition? 10-4, a really good start to this season here in 2021, which ends and then continues in 2022.
We had some challenges in the beginning, like we said, with the start and stop. We definitely had to try to keep the guys together. A lot of virtual meetings. We did have individual workouts at times. Then we had to kind of start rebuilding recruiting again. And then, we started to get preseason conditioning going, and that's where we kind of knew, okay, we're going to have a season. Let's start to get these guys ready to compete. And we had a good preseason. We played some tough teams in scrimmages. It wasn't easy. We didn't have that much success in the scrimmages, which worked well for us because it was able to get our guys to buy in to what we wanted them to do and how successful we had to be, how hard we had to play. So that was good in the scrimmage season. And then we've been fortunate to play some good teams in the first semester. And we've won games by one, we've lost by one. We've played different teams with different competition. We've played tall teams, we've played short teams, we played fast teams. So we've been able to kind of just finally figure out our rotation and kind of know, let's hang our hat on some defense and we can win some games.
You may have the numbers on paper that you're going to play for a season or going to be on your team. And then there's the talent that comes off that paper that steps on the hardwood. And you did get a break in getting Isaiah Stone, who did play a little bit of time at Herkimer Community College. They're obviously the top 5 in the country. You're ranked at number 12. And he really, from the opening game against Springfield, has really put his foot down. He's put up numerous double-doubles, leads you guys in those categories, and he's 6th in the country in rebounding average. I mean, that helps too to start off.
Yeah, Isaiah has been tremendous for us. What a lot of people don't see is sometimes his off-the-court leadership. At times we wanted to make sure that we surrounded him with the pieces, and that's what you see now with our team. We didn't want to have him carry the team. We wanted him to kind of be a guy that we can rely on at certain points, but have the weapons and know that teams are going to force other guys to make plays. So he's been consistent. He's been patient. We've tried to get him to grow defensively, and he's been doing a good job of rebounding the basketball. And now we're adding some blocks now in the second semester because I've challenged him with getting some more blocks as well.
10 double-doubles, 5 of his last 6 from Isaiah Stone, but also 181 rebounds, and he surpassed Isaiah Ryan. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's realizing that in most of these games he's gonna have to be patient. He's in the scouting report, so one of the biggest things that he can do to help us is rebound the basketball. Go get it. Offensive rebounds, get a put back, or get a rebound and start our break. So he's realizing having patience and doing the little things will help him and help the team as we move forward.
Joined here on our final coaches show of 2021, men's basketball 10-4. SID John Kelly Jr. and head men's basketball coach Chris Neely. Chris, at the guard position, I think you were pretty surprised right off the bat just how deep you were. Now, it all starts with Josiah Barnes, 68 assists. So now he passed another number from 2 seasons ago of 60 from Benjamin in the assist category, and he can get it done scoring. He gets it done defensively, and the type of guard really you love to have on the floor and plays with such passion.
Yeah, he's been big for us as a freshman. We trust him with the basketball to make plays for us. He has good pace for a freshman, so that's really what helps him. He understands when to go fast, when to go slow, and control the game. He can get downhill. He's really good in the mid-range game, which is not normal today. A lot of kids are either shooting threes or dunking, but he has a real good mid-range game, and he's able to draw defenders and get guys shots.
It's amazing too. 4 more assists for him in 10 out of 14 games for your coach. Spreading the ball around, that's the key. Joined here by Chris Neely, our head coach. Your final coaches show of 2021 team is 10-4. Yeah, Chris, there's something else I really saw about this team, the depth of this squad. And now let's get into some of your wins that really were attributed to this depth. So a tough loss, obviously, on the road at Queensboro, but then you come back and get 2 massive regional wins. You knock off Suffolk at home. That was a real dogfight, physical battle, 67-57. Then you get the biggest win in the men's basketball program's history over number 2 at the time, Nassau Community College. And it wasn't just Isaiah Stone. It wasn't Josiah Barnes. It was a complete team effort, including a man named Isaac Johnson, who was humongous for you. Babacar Niang down in the paint, and a lot of other players stepping up. Jabnel Cordero. The list goes on. And that's how we were able to beat them 91-90, get two massive wins. How were you able to get the guys so focused to tear off a nice streak that included those two big wins?
We have tremendous respect for both of those programs. We know the tradition that they have and what they've done in the region. And the guys knew that if we were going to start to make a name for ourselves in this region, we have to beat these teams. So the team was definitely locked in and focused. And as you mentioned, we had a lot of players come off the bench in those games and make plays, and they started to really buy into those roles. And I think that's been the biggest thing is that kids have been buying into their roles. They understand that they're going to get minutes. They understand that they're going to be different games, that they're going to be asked to do certain things. And if they can do those things, they have the ability to finish the game for us and win a game for us.
Well, obviously, the key thing, too, in winning those games was your second half play. 18-7, you outscore Suffolk down the road after it was really just no more than like a 3-point lead for either squad. Took that one away. In the second half, talk about adversity. 7 different lead changes, 7 ties alone against Nassau Community College, and you got it done, and that's phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a dogfight on the roll. I believe at one point we were down maybe like 5 with 1 something left in the game. We call a timeout, we run a play, we get a 3, we cut it to 2 or something like that, and we were able just to keep fighting. Good hats off to them. They made some big shots. Their guard made some threes down that stretch, but we kept our composure, and we knew we were going to win, and we stayed locked in. And that was the key.
Getting a chance to know the guys now and being around, it really seems to be a good team chemistry. It seems like they're not afraid to share the ball. If you make an adjustment, they follow through with it, coach.
Yeah, we're big on when we recruit guys' characters. One of our cultures, one of our season, our culture, and we had to get the guys to understand that each one of them had a special talent. The reason why they were brought here, and we had to let them showcase that talent so that they can feel comfortable in their roles and their teammates respect them. And I think now everyone that's getting minutes on the court understands they have a job to do. Their teammates know what they can do, and we're starting to put people in a position where they can be successful. I think that's what's helping us.
Here at our final coaches show of 2021 with head coach Chris Neely. Coach, your team did get a really cool opportunity to finish out 2021 going to Virginia, and you win 2 of 3 games and get to play your 3rd game, despite it didn't work out against Thomas Nelson Community College at a high school of one of the most famous NBA players ever, a legend in Virginia Beach, and Allen Iverson. You played at Bethel High School. Talk about the road trip. Did you feel by any chance really help the guys bond together?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of blame Virginia for the loss to Bryan Community College. I think we might have been looking ahead, because unfortunately we had to kind of plan and talk about it before the game on Tuesday against Bronx. So that kind of hurt us a little bit, but I felt they knew that it was going to be a challenge down there. And it was really just an idea of the road trip is if you want to win nationals, you got to win consecutive games in consecutive days. All right. And we had to put ourselves in a position during the season to do that, to see what we would do, what we need to change, every game, who's going to step up, who's going to be ready to play. So I felt, we had a great practice when we went down there. We had great hospitality when we were down there, and we played against different teams with different styles of play, and we had to adjust every game to the officiating as well. And at the last game, I think we might have been a little gassed, but I think there were some things we could have done a little different as far as with the strategy that kind of could have kept us in that game a little bit.
The game against Bryan Stratton, another one of the more exciting games this year. Talk about how that one ended. That was another one that was just a dogfight to the end. And Mr. Isaac Johnson, again, makes another huge play for you and gets you out of there with a victory.
Yeah, we respected their size and their length. We knew we couldn't allow them to get extra shots at the basket. I thought we did a good job rebounding the basketball. I thought we did a good job of understanding, especially in the second half, the free throws. You don't always get a lot of free throws on the road. You got to make the free throws on the road. We did a good job of not turning the ball over a lot, and we controlled the pace of the game. We were locked in defensively on what we needed to do, and we definitely didn't get too out of control with things didn't go our way. We kind of stayed the course.
Jabnel Cordero was great in that game as well against Bryan Stratton. I mean, from the opening tip, just talk about his performance.
Yeah, he shot the ball well down in Virginia for us. know he made maybe like 12 or 15 threes in all 3 games, total of the 3 games. He's been able to get open and make some shots. That helps our defense. That also helps, our other team, get our guys get involved when he can make some shots, stuff like that. So he stretches the defense for us a lot. That was open up lanes for Josiah, opens up lanes for Stone as well. So when he's making the shot, that really can help us a little bit.
I know obviously a lot of your players know a lot about the NBA, but that final game against Thomas Nelson Community College, they obviously know who Allen Iverson was. But what was it like just to get a chance to finish at least the calendar year playing down there where a legend in Allen
Yeah,
Iverson played? And by the way, despite just being 6 foot, he jumped out of the gym, excited the crowd, and even though he's not there, I got to tell you, it seemed like you had a pretty ruckus crowd when you're playing that team.
yeah. For a Sunday game at 2 o'clock, it was definitely packed, and we appreciate that. We had some coaches there as well, and like I said, our guys play hard and play well, especially in the first half. And it was a good experience because you don't normally get to see some of the things when you see it online or you see it on television. And it was a good experience to be in that gym. Well organization, everyone was great to us down there in Virginia, and we're looking forward to going back. And funny story is maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago when I was coaching the JV team from the Mustangs, we actually met Allen Iverson. He actually was in our hotel, and we actually met him and took pictures. So every time that we go to Virginia, we've been able to have, obviously good hospitality, but there's always an Allen Iverson connection somewhere when we go down there. And that's good because he's a Hall of Fame player, and you don't normally get to see Hall of Famers just walking around every day.
You got to be very satisfied. I know there's a lot more work to go. I know this game's obviously, you're going to get a crack right away at getting Queensboro, a chance to avenge a tough loss on the road. In 2022, where do you want to go with this team? Obviously, it's about, making the regional final. What do you expect out of this team to grow to get you further and further and keep you ranked? Right now, you're 12th. And, when the next rankings come out, you'll probably still be there. You also have 2 wins over 2 top 15 teams. What are you looking to build on?
We want our guys to continue to gain a level of maturity, obviously on and off the court. We want them to learn from some of their experiences in the first semester. Our region is very, very tough. You can't take a day off. And I think we've learned that. I think we got 2 lessons where you got to come in and you got to compete. Having this break hopefully will give us some renewed energy to enjoy the process. And obviously now starting to put together some of these experiences to get ready for that run in February.